So we're on site here, our first stop for the day. So we're here with the Abdellah Majd, owner-operator at 555 Construction Management.
For this specific product, it's being converted from a single-family home, has the right zoning, and it's going into a 2-unit in the primary residence. And actually what you see behind me here in the former garage, that's turning into a garden suite. Okay, so this stuff's all being done legally through the municipality, applications in, engineers have signed off on all of the specifications required, and now we move on to the construction portion, and in a few months we hand the keys back to the owners and they get to rent out 3 suites.
Hey guys, Abdellah Majd back. Haven't seen you guys in a bit. We're here at our brand new offices at 69 John Street South. I am your Hamilton real estate expert for the Canadian Real Estate Channel. Super excited to get back into the swing of things. Today we're going to be hitting the road, showing you guys some recent projects we've been working on. Basement conversions, garage conversions, all different types of investments. We're going to be talking about what's been going on in the city, new projects popping up everywhere. Super pumped to get out there. We're going to be meeting our construction crew today, our property management crew, put some name to faces, and stay tuned. Perfect, guys. So we're going to try to be a little strategic here, if you will, going from neighborhood to neighborhood. So we're going to head uptown to the West Mountain, so right near Mohawk College, where we've recently finished a couple 2-bed garage conversions. Right, I'm sure I beat that dead horse and all the market updates that I've done in the past. So we'll see one completed just from the outside. It's tenanted now, but we can talk about the numbers a little bit as we drive by it. And then around the corner, we'll meet up with our construction crew, meet them, talk about the scope of work there. So a project that they're working on right now is a basement legal suite with a 2-bed garage conversion. So can kind of take you through the motions there, talk about rental numbers and what these, you know, quote unquote triplexes are yielding when it comes to these bungalow or 1.5-story duplexes with legal basements and these garages on site. So just like we always talk about on the market updates, we're always looking for the right type of zoning code before we go in, and make sure that it can support the density that we're trying to kind of bring the light there, right? So this R-class zoning that has come embedded into thousands and thousands of parcels in Hamilton has been an absolute game changer. Being able to go up to 4 legal units, you know, with the garage suites having their own kind of standalone bylaw as well, it's becoming wildly easy to convert these things now versus the last few years. I'm sure everybody's heard that phrase by now, but you know, kind of being boots on the ground and seeing all kind of come to life has been pretty cool. Let these guys pass us here. So we're just gonna head up James Street here. So I'm just gonna drive by this other one that yeah, so just coming up here on the left. It's fully tenanted, so we can't be roaming around on site here, but just to give you guys a quick look. So this is on West 3rd Street. I know we've talked about it in the market updates. So this one was more or less flawless in terms of avoiding any minor variants. You can see the garage there in the back. I mean, if you guys ever wanted to see interior pictures or whatnot, you know, drop us a comment, and I'd be happy to connect and kind of walk you through what that looks like. But we did, that's a 2-bed conversion back there, currently being rented for $2,200 plus hydro, and then the duplex, the original duplex, is bringing in $4,300. So you're about $6,500 plus about 75% of the utilities off the book. So clients here are cash flowing $2+ grand a month. So it was a solid one for everybody. One of the first few legal garage conversion permits that were closed. Perfect, guys. Yeah, so, and then just coincidentally around the corner is where we have our live project here. So it's a story and a half. It's a corner lot. So we're doing a basement legal suite there, while converting the garage into a 2-bed legal unit. So we're going to pull up here. I think our construction guys are on site. Have a little chat with them and show you guys how the project's looking thus far here. Perfect. Okay, guys, so we're on site here, our first stop for the day. So we're here with the Abdellah Majd, owner-operator at 555 Construction Management. You've seen us plug it on the market update, so putting some names to faces today. Today we're going to be walking through a classic triplex conversion here on the mountain. So we've got a large 2-bed double garage that they're converting. The upper unit here is already existing, minimal work, so rents come in right away, and then a legal second suite going in as well. So I'll let Yasser pick this up from here and talk about the scope of work and some more details behind what they're doing here.
Hey guys, as Abdellah mentioned, I'm part of the leadership team here at 555 Construction Management. We're a team that really focuses on the REI construction side of things. So that's taking single family homes and making them 2 units or 3 units or 4 units now, with all the zoning, rezoning plan and amendments that are going on through each municipality. And then beyond that, we also are focusing a lot on these garden suites, or depending on the municipality that you're in, maybe you identify it as a laneway home. For this specific product that Abdellah has referenced, it's being converted from a single family home, has the right zoning, and it's going into a 2 unit in the primary residence. And actually what you see behind me here in the former garage, that's turning into a garden suite. Okay, so this stuff's all being done legally through the municipality, applications in, engineers have signed off on all of the specifications required, and now we move on to the construction portion, and in a few months we hand the keys back to the owners and they get to rent out 3 suites.
Is there any hurdles you guys are seeing to change regulations, but what are you guys seeing boots on the ground at?
Yeah, so there's definitely no secret that red tape is a very long and vigorous process. I think a lot of the municipalities are behind from a capacity standpoint. I'm not shooting them down. I think this is just a known thing in the construction world. So that delays projects, right? And time is money in this game, because you have to understand, when we have a product like this, there's vacancy, and if there's vacancy, that means we're carrying, and that's carrying costs and soft costs that the owner is taking on. So what we would suggest or advise is make sure you have a conservative budget there for timelines if you are running a project like this, to consider those impacts from the city, because that will be out of the control, out of your hands and out of the hands of the construction team. Okay, so that would be one little item I would want definitely take away from all projects. Don't stress over the hard costs. I mean, that's obviously a factor, but it's also the soft costs and the carrying that you want to take into consideration.
Okay guys, so you've heard it on the construction side. We're going to head over to the garage. We're going to let you also speak on the scope of work, the services portion of these larger projects. So come on in, guys. Perfect. So we'll let Yasser kind of take us through what stage the project's at and give you some broken down details on the services side as well. So
yeah, so from a general standpoint, whenever you're constructing these laneway homes, garden suites, granny suites, whatever you want to call them, whether they are ground up or a retrofit like this one, meaning the garage already exists, you're always going to tie it back into the house. Most municipalities will not let you go to the road, as you will be making the infrastructure a little bit more vulnerable. If you think about it, every single lot, if you're adding more to the to the sewer lines on the city side, it's going to impact it in a negative way. So we trench all 3 services from the house right into the garage. So we'll create one massive trench. We will run the water service through it. We'll run a gas service through it for anything that's gas oriented in the garage suite, and we'll also run the electrical service underground through it. So this would be a self-contained unit. Think of it from a landlord perspective, right? You want to pass off the utility bills to your tenants. That's how you do it here. Okay, that's optimization. And then as far as the rest of the building specs go, we take it right from beginning to finish. So we'll end up framing in here, obviously running all the plumbing fixtures to the bathroom, laundry room, and the kitchen, and then we'll run all the drywall, any type of insulation, floor insulation, wall insulation, ceiling insulation. All these items I'm referencing are inspection points. Keep this in mind when you're referring to these legal projects or these projects that involve the city. There's about 10 to 12 inspection points through the building department of your municipality, and also from an ESA standpoint, they'll want to check the rough-in for the electrical and the finish side of the electrical.
Keep talking.
Yeah, so you guys are going to walk in now. I'll give you kind of a general layout of what's happening here. We're standing actually in one of the bedrooms. We still need to reconfigure where the doors are versus the garage door, but you can see we're still in rough construction mode. This is a 500 square foot, 2-bedroom unit. It's going to have its own bathroom, its own kitchen, its own laundry room, its own service room, and each bedroom is going to have its own window and its own closet, okay? So from a macro lens, once again, to have it as a self-contained unit is the most optimal approach for any type of investor and landlord, because that way they don't have to worry about the utility service that goes back onto the tenants. So thanks for popping into this project here that we're working on, focusing on the garden suite mostly of this home, and then converting the single family residence into 2 legal units. We're going to pop into another location now around the corner where we're only constructing the basement with a plan of future use ADU in the backyard, because we do have the zoning, the bylaw, and the square footage there as well. So we'll see you on the other side. If you are looking to ever connect with us, we're 555 Construction Management Inc. Easiest way, Instagram DM. I know it's cliche, but it is the easiest. Or go on our website and you can contact us through there. We're 555 Construction Management Inc. Thank you.
Perfect, guys. So hope you enjoyed that, meeting our construction crew there and giving you a very detailed breakdown from every angle, zoning, bylaw, code, you know, stuff that a lot of people don't think about. There's really a lot of connecting points there, and you know, those guys are the ones that keep on top of everything. So we'll be psyched to show you guys how that all finishes up. But in terms, going back to the rents, so comparing it to the one that we saw earlier there at West 3rd, very comparable rents there. The nice thing in Hamilton, or might not be too nice, is rents aren't, you know, a hard number. Doesn't matter if you have 5 2-bed garages, they could all go for a little bit more, a little bit less. So, you know, seeing the size, the quality of work that 555 carries out will definitely be, you know, in that same $2,200–2,300 range, plus hydro. So the kind of rule of thumb to keep in mind there is, you know, looking up about the mid-6s there between the above grade unit. That one's a story and a half, so those ones tend to be on a larger floor plan. You're gonna have almost a brand new 2-bedroom unit in the basement, which will return easily a couple grand. Right, all things considered, you're going to be landing again somewhere in the mid-6,000s, presenting some great cash flow positions. So, you know, just to kind of reiterate it all, this is the pivot that one does have to make in most cases to get back into a cash flow, a positive cash flow position, right? These most duplexes now, obviously with the interest rates and what carrying costs are these days, will leave you kind of in the red. You know, more capital intensive, but you know, the ARVs are there. Steadily climb back up on the legal duplex side. Still yet to see exactly how the underwriting will come about for these garage suites. Kind of hear some rumblings on some loan of value there against the construction, but again, another component that we are well connected with our preferred vendors on the mortgage side, the Synergy Mortgage Group. So, you know, we do have great relationship with underwriters and appraisers to be the first to the punch and fully understanding and learning about the return on value there with these garage suites. But yeah, that stuff's always exciting. It's crazy to see these garages come to life and, you know, fully serviced, mechanical, you know, standalone mechanicals. It really is a small apartment that you know, a tenant will see great value in. So now we're gonna head back down the mountain for a site visit. We're gonna go down to the Durand-Kirkendale neighborhood. This one is a little out of the ordinary. I'll tell you that for sure. It's not your standard, you know, 2, 3, 4 unit conversion that we're normally involved with on the acquisition or the construction side, but this is in fact 5,000 square feet, beautiful old Victorian home in one of the most sought after neighborhoods in the lower west end of Hamilton. Comes complete with a pre-existing laneway suite. It's being converted currently into a legal duplex with a 4th unit potentially going in down the road. So this one will be very easy on the eyes, we'll say that. Grand square footage, grand features, one that we've had a pleasure being a part of for our clients here. So we'll be just turned left on Charlton, so we'll be pulling up to the site here in just a second. Okay guys, so we've just come down to the lower west end here. So we're on site on Charlton Avenue West. This one's a pretty unique project. We've had a great pleasure to be a part of this one for our clients. So again, I'm going to hand it over to Yasser to give you guys a scope of work, what's currently going on, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, so this is another project that we're working on. Actually, we kind of collaborated with Abdellah and his clients on the front end of this. This one is very interesting because it has a heritage designation on it, which if you've ever done a project with that type of designation, it's definitely a lot more red tape. You kind of need to get permission of what you can construct inside the building and on the exterior of the building, but we got to the finish line, we got our permit in place. Luckily our engineer was on the ball. So what we're doing here is a secondary dwelling unit of this 5,000 square foot Victorian home. Unlike the usual ones we do in the basement, we're flipping this one. We're actually constructing this one on the top floor, okay? So we're gonna use this newly constructed fire escape to get up there, and then we'll show you a little bit more details on the specs.